Before we go any further, folks, warning, do not buy your steaks from Lidl. Do not buy steak from Lidl. It's a shop we don't normally go in. We might not be going in it again, but we won't for steak anyway. I think it was called Ashfield. 4 big rump steaks, looked absolutely gorgeous. Oh, unbelievable. Did the first 2 last night. We couldn't get through them. I said, I'll tell you what, if I was one of the bigger dinosaurs, I might have been able to chomp my way through it. It looked lovely. The chewiest bit of steak I've seen in my life, and I had it done medium rare as I like it. It should have been lovely and tender. Looked beautiful. Absolutely minging. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about. I've got 3 questions for you, folks. 3 questions. Food-based. Food-based. And then 1 tip. You might be interested in the tip, you might not. But I'm going to give it anyway because I do it from time to time. Question 1. Potatoes. What potatoes do you buy? Question 2. The old JOCKEY'S WHIPS. For those not initiated. Chips. That's the old chips. Do you have chips? And if you do, do you have proper ones? Do you have them with spuds? Proper chips that you peel yourself? Or are you for these frozen chips or oven chips? And question 3. What do you fry them in? Let me just adjust this screen so you can see more of me. God help you folks, but that's the idea. Right, I'll tell you why I've asked this now. I'm going to tell you, I'll be honest with you. I've been having a go at wife now for about 3 months. I keep saying, can you get some different spuds? These spuds are crap. They're alright for potatoes. They're not great for roast potatoes. They're absolutely minging for chips. Absolutely minging, because I like the old JOCKEY'S WHIPS myself. And I know the frozen ones and the oven ones are better for you. I know that. And I know from time to time they can be reasonably tasty. But on the old, they're nowhere near as good. I don't mind them with a stir fry now and again, because you can put a bit of the old juice from the stir fry on top of them. That's not so bad. But without a bit of juice, a bit of anything on there, anything moist, I think they're a bit dry and they're a bit boring and a bit drab for me. As I say, I know they're better for you, but I prefer the old stylers. I was brought up on the old stylers. I'm in my 60s, you know. So, the last 3 months she's been getting spuds, and I keep saying, can you change the spuds? They're crap. And she keeps hitting me with this line again. They're Mary's Pipers, as though that makes the world seem better. Well, they might be Mary's Pipers, but they're not good uns. I think I've mentioned it on here before this, to be honest with you, but I've got an update. This is an update on what I've done before now, I think, on. So anyway, she'd been getting them from Asda and from that there Aldi, and they're no good. They're all no good. What's happening is, I can have my chips slightly underdone, I can have them reasonably well, okay done, and a bit overdone. And I prefer, if you put a gun to me head, they're slightly overdone when they go brown. I like them browned off. That's what I prefer. But I can have them all ways as long as they cook through. These don't brown. Lately, anything she's been getting from Asda and Aldi don't brown. I don't know what it is. She gets different makes, different kinds. None of them brown. And I'm saying, they're crap. And when I'm trying to brown them, cooking them for that long, that in the end they don't brown, but there's no fluffiness inside. They're all going rock hard. They're absolutely crap. Now, as it turns out, a mate at wife's said to her the other week, I'll tell you where you want to go. Go Lidl. That's what did the steak thing in, you see. She picked up one. She was there. There was some on offer, weren't they? They're always too good to pursue these offers. She went Lidl and they said to her, go Lidl and get, what did she say? Not Mary's Pipers. Albert Bartlett's. Get the Albert Bartlett's from there. They're lovely and they make a cracking chip. Hey, she went. She's not wrong. Absolutely beautiful. See, wife hardly ever gets to Tesco because it's about the way, but now and again she's gone there and there's a spud in there, I can't remember what it's called. They're alright, they do alright as well, but she can't always get there. Lidl's a bit nearer. Anyway, she went this one week, brought her home and I said, what on earth were them spuds tonight that we had those chips with? They were absolutely belters, absolute crackers. Oh, they're in there. I went and looked, Albert Bartlett, well I know that from the horse racing. Absolute Bobby Dazzlers. They were lovely, really lovely. Now, elaborating on that story, last night the daughter comes round with grandkid and they needed something to eat for the tea after school, but before they went on a walk, they were going for a walk with the school and they had not enough time after the daughter finished work to make anything to eat and get it ate. So they said, Grandad, that's me, can you make something for me? And I'm not granddad to my daughter, but she's on for a daughter. Can you make something for granddaughter and myself, what we can have as soon as I finish work? It needs to be ready when we get there though, because we're going straight on a walk. I said, yeah, I can do that. Anyway, looks around, no spuds in. They wanted the old spuds, didn't they? So I think they were on, what were they on? Spuds, sausage and beans. Oh, aye, a grand old meal. Well, that was grandkid. Daughter wanted spud, sausage and peas. Do me peas, she said. I don't want beans because I'm going to make some gravy with it. She used them crappy granules. I wouldn't entertain that myself. If it's not proper gravy, I don't want to know. Anyway, that's a different story. So I said, yeah, go on, I'll do it for you. Said to wife before she went to work, I said, no spuds in. Look, I'm finishing earlier tonight. I'll get some spuds on my way home. Anyway, I'm coming home from that there Liverpool because I've been working in Liverpool, and I thought I can jump off the motorway and go Lidl, but I thought it's out the way, and I wanted to go Iceland for something else on the way home, and I thought is it an own bargains next door to Iceland? I thought I'll try there because last year they had some sacks of spuds in about that size. Could you see about that size? Brown sacks. So they were, I don't know how many pound were in there, but they were only about £3, and they were lovely. They were lovely initially. Right near the end, they went minging. They went so as you were peeling them, and they was all bruising throughout them all. You was losing half a spud for everyone you peeled, but you couldn't tell this through the brown sack how much they'd been battered. We should have took them back a couple of times, but didn't because we soft, and we kept with them, and they were at the right price anyway. Anyway, I thought, well, while I'm in Iceland, I'll call next door to Home Bargains. And they do me all licorice sweets there, which I like, so I thought I'll get the licorice sweets while I'm in there, and I'll see if they've got any of them spuds in they had in last year. Well, it turns out they had, but they were in a see-through bag, which was even better. Now, I think they were from the same farm, because last year they were from a local-ish farm, local-ish to us, from a farm in Rainhill, that's near St Helens. Now, I don't know, viewers, if they're in Home Bargains throughout the country, or if they're in them just in the northwest, because as I say, it's a northwest-based farm. But if they're in them throughout the country, I would really seriously recommend them. Had the old chips last night, couple of them. Fantastic. Absolute Bobby Dazzlers. Baked potato today. Fantastic. Bobby Dazzler. And what I liked about it, all the spuds are really big. They're in a see-through sack because you can see what you're getting. You're not peeling spuds forever because they're big spuds. You're not peeling 20 spuds when you only need to peel about 8. They go a long way. They do everything, and they're not expensive. And in this day and age, who can argue with not expensive? To make a point, what did they cost? I think they were $3.99, folks. For $3.99, they're a bargain any day of the week. When you consider I paid £3 for a small portion of chips in that there Wigan chipping of the week, £4 for a large portion, $3.99 is great. And as it turns out, here's the evidence. As Del Boy would say, what can't speak can't lie. There you go. Look how many's in there. Look at the size of them, eh? Look at the size of them! For £3.99. Now, let me put the bins on. If you couldn't see what they call, don't worry. You don't have to freeze the thing. I'll tell you what they call. Don't worry about that. Millhouse Farm, that's where they're from. Millhouse Farm. Premium potatoes. Perfect for baking, roasting, boiling, etc. Well, up to now, we've done the old chips. What's that? I don't think it's any of them. Well, it could be roasting. Done bacon, baked potatoes, fantastic for both. They'll be great for the old roasters as well, I'm sure. I'll just take the first ones out that I see. Not that big, bigger again. And I'm doing them at random. Monster. You know what I mean? Nice and easy to peel because you're not peeling loads of spuds. For $3.99, it's got to be worth it. Now, there's your recommendation. Last question, ladies. Or gents. If you have proper Jockey's whips, made with spuds like that, how do you cook them? Are you an oil person or something else? Now, I've been an oil person in the past, or we've been an oil family, should I say, and they're all right. Don't mind them, I can have them, no problem at all. Most people do them in oil. I think they're healthier. But I like the old beef dripping. The old style, isn't it? It's the old style. Anything to do with the old style is the right style. It's probably not as good for you. Probably puts an extra centimetre or two on the hips over the course of a year or two, but they taste nicer. So, let me know, where do you get your spuds from? If you get spuds. Well, firstly, do you have chips? Do you eat them? If you do you use spuds? Or are you one of these frozen or oven people? Are you too lazy to peel proper ones? Or are you just all about eating the right stuff because it's better for you? That's number one. Number two, where do you get your spuds from? And where might you get them from next? If you've got any sense, Lidl, Albert Bartlett, Home Bargains for them if they sell them near you. Millhouse Farm, make a note of it. Absolute crackers. What can't speak can't lie. I won't put you on a bum stay. The belters, I promise you that. $3.99. Not bad in this day and age. And lastly, what do you cook them in? Now come on, what do you cook them in? If you've not tried them in beef dripping before, from your favourite chippies, they probably do them in beef dripping. You've not realised it. Have a go at the old beef dripping. It's pretty expensive. Oh, but it's a lot nicer than hotels, I promise you that. Oh, aye, lovely. Absolutely lovely. Put it from a chip connoisseur. I know about chips, I'm telling you now. I've got a body to prove it. Get down to the old, I think Tesco, they sell it in big things like that, like big things of butter. Blue wrapping, I think it is. I don't ever go there and get it. But the other half, the wife picks it up on a regular basis. Aye, dripping. I believe it's pretty dear, but it's good for your chips. Oh, aye. And you can't beat the old Jockey's Whips done in the dripping. Hey, plenty salt and vinegar. Sometimes sauce, sometimes not. Sometimes the mushy peas. Now and again the gravy. Often the curry. Oh, aye. We like all them things with it, you see. It's a northern thing. It should be a worldwide thing, but it's very, very northern. I like them all. Plenty of vinegar. Salt as well, but plenty of vinegar. And listen, last tip of all. Always put the salt on last. When I go in a chipping, they get it wrong. I'll tell them, oh, no, don't do that. No. The vinegar will wash away the salt. Vinegar first, salt second. Always the way. Always the same.